Yes, I am Claudia Rinaldi. I'm the chair of the education program at LaSalle. And I am so excited about our partnership. Kathy has been an incredible partner, colleague, and whenever I need her, she's there. And so am I hope for her. When we have the same mission, which makes the collaboration and the partnership so great, which is to diversify the teacher pipeline. So when I reached out to a few districts, Kathy was the first one to jump on this. And so today, what I'm going to share with you are the opportunities I have for 2 different grant-funded Masters of Education that will pay for the entire Masters. Okay, so I'll share a little bit about the requirements, the timeline, the resources on campus, and we'll take it from there and answer some Q&A right at the end. We should take about 20 minutes. I think I did it in 20 minutes last time. So I hope to do it under that, and then we can answer questions that you may have. So again, welcome everybody. I'm Claudia, and I have with me here today Candace. So Candace, you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. Hi, my name is Candace Obrazov, and I'm Senior Associate Director of Graduate Enrollment. Basically, my job is to help you through this process. And if you have any questions at all, please know you can text me, call, email, whatever. I'm here to help you.
And she is amazing. So any question you have, absolutely about anything related to starting the program, continuing, if you have concerns or any particular issue, you can email her or email me or call us. Okay, so let's go ahead and begin. Can you see the slides? Okay, great. Okay, so today I'm going to showcase one of the scholarships that we have, and I'll give you some information about a second one. But the U.S. Department of Education Office of English Language Acquisition funded LaSalle for $2.5 million over the next 5 years to fund teachers to get their master's in moderate disabilities with a focus on teaching English learners. So they understand as the population is changing and more English learners are in classrooms, the teachers need preparation. And of course, we know that some of them are going to have disabilities. So this particular program are for those that have disabilities and who are also English learners. But the great aspect of it is that they were excited to fund a whole master's program, which is one of the first few times they've done that. And the second part is that they wanted to fund the support for English learners, which is my passion in my career. So we'll go through the agenda. We'll have a welcome. You'll meet the project team. We'll tell you what the scholarship includes, expectations and goals. We'll look at rotations of courses, so you kind of have the titles. And then we'll have a Q&A section. And I'll send you, since you all register via the link, you will all get a copy of this presentation so that you could go back to the slides and look at them as many times as you like. And of course, Candace and I are here to answer questions. Because this is a federally funded project, I'm the person, the principal investigator, project director, and then I have a project manager, Edna Barreto, which if you enter the program, you will be hearing a lot from her. She helps me run the program in coordination with Candace and Professor Elizabeth Hartman, who is the graduate chair of the program. Another one of my colleagues is Amy Maynard. She's an associate professor of education as well in the program, and we are the 3 full-time faculty, and then we have an array of other faculty, adjunct faculty. So I want you to know that for the courses, because this program is a cohort, we'll have cohort 2 starting in the fall, like Kathy said. I have hand-selected the faculty to really teach in this program so that we are really honoring the mission of preparing teachers that are ready to work with kids that have who are multilingual and who may have a disability. The cohort is focused, this cohort 2, as opposed to cohort 1, cohort 2 is focused on people or individuals that want to complete the licensing pre-K to 8th grade, but we're looking for a focus on early childhood because we need to be able to do a study within the masters. So that does not mean that you have to be a teacher. We're actually targeting paraprofessionals and behavior specialists that have bachelor's degrees. And what this means is that your last semester will work at the district to get you placed to do your practicum, which is the 14-week semester you do as you prepare to be a teacher in a pre-K to second grade classroom. And so part of the partnership is me working with Kathy to be able to deliver that. The application deadline is May 30th, and Candace will put a link to the application so that you could have it handy right now if you want to open a different screen. And I will be reviewing this with a committee, and we will award by June 15th those individuals that are going to be our new cohort 2 scholars. So we have 15 slots for this particular program. Candace, how many applications do we have so far?
A lot. I'm sorry, I don't have the exact number, but a lot, a lot of applications. Actually, there are some people that did RSVP for the info session that, I'm sorry,
that had applied.
There are some people that did RSVP for the info session that already applied. So that may be why they're not joining us today, but we, at least 50.
Oh, okay. That's a lot of work for the committee. So, but we do have the preferential partnership with Newton. So we'll be looking at those applications first. And as our cohort fills, then we'll be making our selection for that cohort 2. Again, this program pays for an entire Master's of Education in Moderate Disabilities with initial licensure from the state of Massachusetts. Additionally, it includes a graduate certificate called Teaching Bilingual English Learners with Disabilities. And it also includes professional development for literacy for early childhood students. The goal of the federal government and thus us is to increase the pool of highly prepared individuals who would become teachers of students who are bilingual and with and without disabilities. Their goal is also to help scholars acquire abilities to advance their needs through early literacy practices that include oral language and vocabulary development. So you get very focused support in teaching that. The third goal is to acquire an awareness and skill on how to teach a scripted-based literacy program and increase your knowledge in equity-oriented, culture-responsive teaching practices. I'm going to just kind of briefly go over this. The picture on the left again is cohort 1. So then 10 of these educators are from Newton, and we're excited. They have been together taking 3 courses already. So this semester they completed 3 courses. There is a rigorous master's level cultural and linguistically responsive teacher preparation. And again, we're going to have you as a cohort so that you could be supporting each other and really growing as a community of diverse educators with a similar goal of supporting students with and without disabilities. You'll work closely with us, the LaSalle faculty, including myself, to kind of continue to hone in on the practices that you're seeing in schools and practices that we read about and learn about to make sure that you're meeting all the skills and requirements that are required by the state. So again, the opportunity funds you for your entire Master's of Education tuition, which is equivalent to $28,000 more or less. It also covers $150 for you to take the MTEL tests and support from an academic achievement center if you're not a really great test taker. I wasn't a great test taker, so I would definitely take advantage of that if I were going through this. I should also say that I was a recipient of this exact scholarship in 1996, so that was a really long time ago. But that's part of the excitement that I have in this program is that, I'm passing this forward to all of you. There is additional assistance if you want it from a financial aid office, but it would be for something else that you might need. But in the cost of the scholarship pays for all your courses. Stay in the program, to start in the program, you need to have a 3.0 to enter the program. And we do ask that if you are planning on applying and that you register to take the communication and literacy MTEL as soon as possible, ideally this summer when you're not so busy with the school schedule. There are 4 tests that are required. Sometimes they're taken as 5 tests of the MTELs, and you have to complete those throughout the program. And the reason for that is that we want you, as soon as you do your full practicum, to be hired by the district and give you a job. And we cannot do that because the state won't give you initial licensure unless you pass all the MTILs and completed the approved program. Okay, so we kind of help you go through it so that you don't wait till the end to take all of them, which could be very overwhelming. And when you take these, there's a 45-day wait if you don't pass. So we kind of help you push you along so that that we don't have that problem happening towards the end. There will be 2 surveys that we ask you to complete as you begin the program, and 1 professional development participation from one of our other partners called the American Institute for Research that you'll also be required to attend in addition to the courses in the program. The master's again meets all the requirements for licensure. So when you finish, you will have a teaching license in teaching students with moderate disabilities in pre-K to 8th grade. That does not mean that you have to go through every grade. You pick the one grade that you're at. It could be the classroom you're teaching today, or it could be the one that you're teaching in 2 years. But it has to be in the range of a pre-K classroom through an 8th grade classroom, whichever grade you choose. The last semester of the program is a full practicum, which means that you are working towards completing the state requirements in 14 weeks and over 400 hours, but you're already doing that in your jobs because you're working. So this is a piece of cake for most of you. The way that the courses are laid out looks like this. So it's a 2 to 2.5 year sequence, depending on whether you bring courses or not. We would begin in the fall where you would take different courses. And the way that the courses occur at LaSalle is that we offer them one at a time over the 15-week semester. So class 1 is from September to end of October. And then class 2 is from October to December. And sometimes we ask you to take 2 classes in that, but generally speaking, what we're trying to do is to pair classes that will go well together so it's not so hard to take multiple classes at a time. That's how your colleagues that just started completed 3 courses this semester. We'll start you easy with 1, and then the second 6 weeks, once you're getting used to Canvas and studying and doing assignments, and you could jump in with the second one. There are classes during the summer if you want to finish on the timeline that I've said here. And then the fall, again, 24, and then the spring of 25 would be your full practicum and 1 course that you have left over. Most of our classes are hybrid, meaning that there are 3 face-to-face sessions, meaning you come to our campus 3 times during those 8 weeks, and the other times are synchronous on Zoom. So for example, I begin teaching next Wednesday, we meet face-to-face. The following week, we're on Zoom for an hour. The following week on Zoom for an hour. And then week 3 or week 4, we meet again for 2.5 hours in class. This allows us to have a lot of touch points with you, but it also allows flexibility if you're having a job or you need to be home while you're taking the courses and things of that sort when you have a family and multiple jobs. These are the names of the courses, so I'll just leave that for you to peruse. This is also on our website, but the first course is this one called Curriculum and Assessment of Diverse Learners. And our instructor is an expert from the Center for Applied Special Technologies, which is an organization in Massachusetts, in Boston, whose whole purpose is to train teachers to implement universal design for learning in your classrooms. So you may have heard about that if you're working with teachers. Their teachers are right now getting professional development about UDL, and you'll be getting the same and better during this course. I'm going to skip this for a second just to kind of share. My email is here and Edna's email is here. She's taking care of her mom tonight, so she wasn't able to come. And then we have some slides that are resources. So this one is financial aid at the registrar. If you're having trouble with your logging into your online course, here are the numbers. We have an academic achievement center with somebody who helps students in the education program prepare and pass the MTILs. We have an intercultural center and commuter cottage that you're welcome to as well if you needed a place to come in and take your Zoom classes here. And oftentimes we'll have an event or two in the Donahue Center as well. And then there are some graduate and professional studies programming that Candice will send you every once in a while, or the advisor that you're set to, you're paired up with, that may show different workshops around career and academics, so that you know a little bit about what resources are available for you on campus. So I'll stop here and answer any questions that you may have. Don't be shy. I've gotten a lot of questions over the years. If you started taking courses at a different institution, you can bring them in. So that's great. If you took child development as an undergraduate student in your bachelor's program, check out your transcripts because you'll need them for the application. But if you took a child development course, that is a great requirement that we could get out of the way. Candice put that the application is free on the chat. So yeah, we've waived the fee for applying for the.
Yeah. So a question I get all the time from people that are applying is they want to know if it's possible to work and go to school at the same time. And I just want to make sure that everyone realizes that everyone that's in the program is working. And I actually took the same courses. The one with Professor Posey, the first one, she's amazing. I just wanted to let you know it's definitely possible to work and go to school at the same time. Another question I get a lot is the application deadline. So we do offer rolling admission, but my understanding, Claudia, is that the scholarship review is going to wrap up next month, correct?
That's right. Mm-hmm.
So what students will need to do is they'll need to submit the free application, and you'd want to request your official college transcript, a one-page personal statement basically explaining why you're interested in the program, resume, 2 letters of recommendation. They can be academic or professional, meaning your professor, a colleague at work, whoever, okay? And if you don't have the MTELs done yet, you could just let me know and we can consider you for what's called conditional admit. And if a student hasn't taken the MTELs yet, I will email them the link so that they can register to take the communication, literacy, and reading, writing subtests. But I'm talking way too much. If anyone else has questions, please jump in.
I have no questions. I have one question, but this is much like an informative meeting for me. I'm completing my bachelor's in business. Will I still be able to proceed with this opportunity?
Yes. So we have a lot of career changers. In fact, one of our students in the other scholarship is actually had just finished a master's in finance from LaSalle and is now doing the master's in education. Something happened in his life that made him do a change of heart in his career. And now he's one of our recipients and scholars. We also have a medical doctor. In the past, we've had investment bankers, lawyers. So we get all sorts of really interesting people. What you have to have is that bachelor's degree. Anyone else have any questions? So let me tell you quickly, there is another grant that we received that has the same focus on training the Masters of Education in Moderate Disabilities, but rather having the focus on English learners with disabilities. That one is focused on supporting students with autism spectrum disorder. That one has 4 applicants for space for scholarships, not 15. But if you were more interested in autism, then that could be another option as well. That one is in collaboration with UMass Lowell, so our students kind of work together. 4 students from UMass Lowell, 4 from LaSalle, and they've built a cohort in the first group as well. And we'll have that 2 more cohorts each September coming up. Okay, so think about it. If you know of somebody who might be interested in this opportunity, please pass it on to them. Like I said, if you register for the webinar, they'll be following up with you with those slides. And I'll be sending them also to Kathy, so she'll have them as well, and Naomi. And I look forward to your application. We need teachers that look like our students. That's why I went into teaching, because I didn't have very many. And you know, I was an elementary school teacher, and then I was a special teacher before coming into higher education. So I'm really passionate about diversifying the teacher pipeline and welcoming you to our program with this fabulous opportunity to have your master's paid for. Sounds good? Okay, everybody, have a good night. Tiana, there will be a recording that you will be receiving and the slides if you have any questions.
Thank you so much. You answered my questions that I had, so thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Have a great night.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.